reorganizing priorities to meet a deadline. During my finance course, I had to submit a final team project right when final exams were scheduled. I needed to manage both tasks without sacrificing quality. I reorganized my calendar, prioritized urgent tasks, and delegated project parts based on my teammates' strengths. We submitted the project early and received an excellent grade. I also passed all my exams. Improving a process. In my calculus class, the professor asked us to submit exercise by email, which caused confusion. I wanted to make the process more organized and efficient. I created a shared online folder with subfolders by date and topic for everyone to use. Submissions became easier to track, and the professor adopted the method for all groups. Think a conflict in a team. During a group presentation, two classmates argued over who should present the most difficult part. I needed to prevent the conflict from escalating and keep the group on task. I organized a short meeting, listened to both sides, and proposed rotating the difficult parts for future presentations. The team agreed, and we worked more collaboratively from then on. Leading a team to reach a goal. At an academic fair, we were assigned to create a booth about responsibly investing. My role was to lead the team and ensure we delivered clear and engaging content. I assigned tasks, set deadlines, and scheduled weekly check-ins to track our process. Our booth became one of the most visited, and we received an honorable mention. Solving a difficult problem creatively. Once we had to present a topic in class that none of us fully understood. We needed to understand it and explain it clearly to others. I proposed creating an interactive game as a part of the presentation and designed using digital tools. The class engaged with the game, and the professor praised our creativity.
1. Reorganizing priorities to meet a deadline. Your answer is very clear and follows the star structure excellently. I completely understand the situation, task, what you did, and the result. It's concise and straight to the point. Verbs like reorganized, prioritized, and delegated are very good. They demonstrate action and responsibility. For future responses, you might consider adding a bit more detail to the action if time permits. For example, I reorganized my calendar by allocating specific time blocks to each subject. This sometimes helps paint a fuller picture of how you did it. Overall, very well done. You've used active verbs that show your initiative. 2. Improving a process. The clarity is excellent. The star structure is very solid. A clear situation, problem, a well-defined task, concrete action, and an impactful result. I like how you highlight the impact of your solution. Created is a good action verb. It's direct and shows you took initiative. To perhaps elevate it a bit more, you could consider verbs that suggest a thought process behind the action, although created is totally valid. For instance, I designed and implemented a shared online folder. But again, created works really well here. The verb adopted in the result is excellent because it shows the acceptance and success of your solution by an authority. Very well chosen. 3. Preventing a conflict in a team. The response is very clear, and the narrative of the conflict and your intervention is easy to follow. The star structure remains strong. The problem is evident, your role is too, and the solution and outcome are concrete. Organized, listened, and proposed are very effective action verbs. Listened is particularly important here because it demonstrates a key conflict resolution skill. You could add a bit more energy to the start of the action, such as, I proactively organized a short meeting, if you wanted to emphasize initiative. But organized is more than enough. The verb agreed in the result is good because it shows the consensus and effectiveness of your intervention. You've communicated well how you resolve the issue. 4. Leading a team to reach a goal. Another very clear and well-structured answer. The situation, your leadership role, the actions you took, and the successful outcome are very evident. Your ability to lead comes through clearly. Assigned, set, and scheduled are excellent action verbs for demonstrating leadership and project management. They show you took charge and organized the team's work. These verbs are strong and specific to the leadership context. They really communicate that you were the one who directed and coordinated. Became and received in the result are good impact verbs that show the tangible success of your leadership. Very well done. 5. Solving a difficult problem creatively. This response is also very clear and perfectly follows the STAR format. The situation is interesting, the task is a clear challenge, and your creative solution is key. The result validates your approach. Proposed and designed are fantastic action verbs here. Proposed shows your initiative to find a solution, and designed highlights your concrete and creative contribution. These verbs demonstrate innovative thinking and execution. They're very fitting for the creatively in the title. Engaged and praised in the result are very good. Engaged shows the impact on the audience, and praised validates your creativity and effectiveness.